What's up? In this video, I'm going to give you a few simple tips you can do to enhance your security while online. The best part is you don't have to be tech savvy. They're super simple, super effective, and you can do them today. So stay tuned.
Yeah, the other teams are moving in the background.
Welcome back, Carlos here with the Range 11 Tactical. On this channel, we create content full of useful tips, techniques, and or drills just like this one. So if you want to build and or expand your tactical knowledge base, hit that subscribe button and notification bell to catch all my latest videos. Okay, online security, why is it important and why should we care? First and foremost, let's understand with technology today, everything you do is being tracked, right? Even to the point where you go to the grocery store and you give your email address or your phone number at checkout. All that information being stored and collected, and unfortunately, it's being sold, right? So it's highly likely that at some point you will become a victim of a cyber attack, right? So there's a few simple things we can do to protect ourselves. As mentioned, we don't have to be super tech savvy, but these things are kind of those big, kind of easy to do, check the box things that will enhance our security and protect you against the majority of these cyber attacks. So let's jump into it right now. All right, first and foremost is you need to ensure that your operating system is up to par, right? You need that latest version of your operating system. The reason for that is anytime there's a kind of an attack on that operating system or a vulnerability is discovered, your manufacturer, right, if you're using Windows 10, it's going to be Microsoft, they're going to update their software to protect against that. So you need to take advantage of that while having the latest version. All you need to do is super simple. Okay, go into your Windows or, into your settings there, settings tab. You simply type settings down here. You'll get the pop-up screen and you'll hit update and security, right? Once you click on that, it'll bring you to a kind of a host of side menus here. Click on Windows Updates, which is the one I'm on. And I'm currently updating as we speak, so I'm 84% updated. If I wasn't updating right now, I'd simply have a button here that says update now and find the latest version. And it is as simple as that. This is super critical that you do this on a regular basis or set up your machine to do automatic updates periodically. So that's step number one. Okay, step number two is get an antivirus software on your computer, right? There's a bunch of them out there. Some are free, some are paid, some are better than others, but that's super simple to do. Let's jump online and see a few options. All right, so I'll get online. Bonus tip, if you have used DuckDuckGo as your preferred internet search browser, DuckDuckGo does not track you. So unlike Google or something like that, it kind of keeps you anonymous, right? So simply type in best antivirus software 2021, see what pops up. There's a bunch of them on there. Let's see top 10. Go back. That one is blocked for some reason. Here we go. And here we go. McPhee, Norton, Bitfinder. There's a host of them out there, and you can just compare. Some are paid for, some are not. See which one you like. All right, next, and probably one of the most important, but also one of the most complicated ones, because you'll have to go back and change all this, is create unique and difficult to kind of replicate or crack passwords, right? They should be from 10 to 12 characters long at a minimum, including a combination of uppercase, lowercase, numbers, and special characters, right? I used to be guilty of this. I had one password rather long, but I would just change the ending to it, and that was my password for almost everything. It was a word that kind of long word that I know with a bunch of different characters at the end, and I would just change like the numbers at the end, right? The problem with that is if you crack one of my passwords, it's very simple to crack all of the other ones, right? So better than that is get yourself a good password manager, right? I'm going to go online, show you a few options, talk about a few pros and cons, and then talk about the one that I use and why I like that one. All right, so same thing, DuckDuckGo. Let's type in password managers, right? So click on that, and there's a bunch of options out there, right? You'll see some, Keeper, Dashline, LastPass. There's a bunch of them out there. You just keep going down there and you'll find one that you like. Some of these are paid services, some are free. Pros and cons, right? Some of these are in the cloud, right? So they actually sync with all your devices. I actually don't like that. I actually use KeePass, right? This is the one I use. I download the latest version. There's an app for it as well. Pros and cons to KeePass. So number one with KeePass is it is not an online service. So I have to physically save it onto my desktop. I have to actually save it onto a thumb drive as well. And I have to manually send it to my devices. I like that because it gives me that extra layer of protection that my passwords are not out there in the cloud, potentially being exploited, right? The downside is I have to manually do it, but I don't mind that, right? So this is the one I use, and there's an application for it as well. Super easy to use. I recommend this one, and it is free. Okay, next. This one is super, super important, especially if you travel, right? You need to invest in a VPN, a virtually protected network, right? This one is the one that all the other ones are pretty much free. You can get, the KeePass is free. There's antivirus that's free. Generating, updating your machine is free. This one is the one that's going to cost you a little bit of money, but it's not that much, right? This is super important, especially if you travel. You log into, the airport Wi-Fi, the hotel Wi-Fi, or Starbucks, wherever the case may be. If you do not have a VPN, basically anyone can see what you're doing, right? So let's get on the computer. I'll show you a few options, and I'll show you the one that I use and why I like that one, okay? Okay, so let's take a look here. So, same thing, we're at DuckDuckGo. I'll type in best VPN 2021, see what pops up. Click on that, and you'll see that a bunch of them pop up. Let's give it a minute here. So you got Norton, Surfshark, VPN, ExpressVPN, Norton, IPVanish. All of them are good. They all have their pros and cons. I actually use private internet access. This is the one I like. One of the reasons I went with that one is because the servers are actually located in the United States, as opposed to some of these other ones where they're either somewhere foreign, somewhere in Panama, some other places like that. I like private internet access. Let's click on that one just to take a quick look at it, kind of give you an idea of what it may cost you there. Let's see here, leak proof. Let's see if it's got some of the pricing models on here. So here you go. Choose your plan, right? So 1 month you can go for $11.95 a month, or you can go a 3-year plan for $208 a month, or 1-year plan for $333, right? So depending on what your price point there, I recommend maybe trying it out for a month. If you like it, you can then extend it to further options. All right, that's it. Internet security in a nutshell, right? As you can see, those steps are super simple. Anyone can do it. Go back to the video, pause it, work your way through those steps, right? Number 1, update your operating system. Number 2, invest in, get some antivirus software. Number 3, either a password manager. This is the one that's going to take the most time, because once you get that password manager, then you have to go to all your accounts and change that, that simple password to a unique password, right? I have tons of accounts, so that actually took me a couple of days to do, but just start peppering at it and get it done, right? And then last but not least, make sure you invest in a good VPN. All right, so if you found this information valuable, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe, as it truly does help. With that, stay safe and train hard.